Hey guys, welcome to Ass's Multimedia. This is Harshita Shishala, and in this lesson we'll be learning about multiplication and division expressions. The objective of today's lesson is using multiplication and division expressions to find rules. So basically, they're gonna give the question will be so they're gonna give us a table, then there will be numbers, and then we have to, so the numbers will have some kind of relationship. So the top number will be like 3, and then the bottom number will be like, I don't know, 12. Then these, so they're going to give us like these kind of numbers, and we have to figure out what the rule is. So so 3 times 4 is 12. So that would be our rule. And sometimes they will give us like what number will be in this box. So let's get started. So our first example is right here. So we have to figure out if this is a multiplication expression or a division expression. We can do that by saying if the top number is greater than the bottom number or less than the bottom number. So in this case, 3 is less than 9. That means it's going to be a multiplication equation. All right. So 3 so we had to ask ourselves 3 times what equals 9? Well, 3 times what equals 9 also equals to 9 divided by 3, right? So 9 divided by 3 is 3. So our question mark will be 3. So 3 times 3 will give us 9. Okay, so let's see if that works for every single number in this table. So 4 times 3 equals 12. Is that true? Yeah, it is. 6 times 3 equals 18. Well, our number is 18. 12 times 3 equals 36. Let's check. 12 and then 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. 36. Yep. So we figured out the rule. It's b times 3. So b is the top number. So this is a variable. All right. So our rule will be b times 3 equals 9. I mean not 9. So it will be b times 3. So that's our rule. And we're going to write it over here. B times 3. Alright, let me just box this to tell that it's our answer. Now let's move on to the second question. So our second question is right here. Alright, so let's see. So we know that this is a multiplication one problem because 4 is less than 20. So let's ask the same question we asked in the previous question. 4 times what equals 20? Well, I know that 4 times 5 equals 20. So let's see if that is the rule. Let's check if that is the rule for every single number. Alright, so 4 times 5 equals 20. 5 times 5 does equal to 25. 6 times 5, well, that is 30. And then 7 times, so we know that the rule is b times 5. So that's our rule, okay? And let me write it over here, b times 5. Now we need to find the answer for this. So we need to find what will be there in the question mark. So 7 times 5 is 35, and that's our answer, 35. All right, so let's write it in the question over here. Okay, now let's do the third question. Let me just scroll it down. Okay, so let's see. This is a division equation, this division expression because the top number, so 28 is greater than 7, and then 7 is less than 28, you can say that too, or 32 is greater than 8. So yeah, let's find our answer now. So 32 you can do 32 divided by 8 to find out what our rule is. 32 divided by 8 is 4. So let's see if that is the rule every single time for every single number. So is 8 divided by 4 2? Yes, it is. So I'm going to put a check mark there. So we have to just skip this part because we need to find the rule and then figure the answer for this. Alright, so we need to figure out the answer for this. Now let's do 28 divided by 4. 28 divided by 4? 7. Well, it is. Alright, then that's our rule. B divided by 4 is our rule. So B divided by 4. Let's write it over here too. Okay, now we need to find out what this question mark is. So we would need to do 36 divided by 4. I know that 36 divided by 4 is 9. Okay, or 9 times 4 is 36. So our answer will be 9 for this. Okay, now it's problem time. Pause the video and try these questions on your own. Then unpause and see if you got your answers right. I will assume that you guys paused the video and let's see if you got it right. So we know that this will be a multiplication equation, okay? Alright, so we know that this is a multiplication equation because the top number is less than the bottom number. So we need to figure out what the rule is. Let's do 21 divided by 3 to find the answer. Well, 21 divided by 3 is 7. So basically our rule might be 3, the top number times 7 would give us the bottom number. Let's see if that is true for all the numbers. 9 times 7, is that 63? Yes, it is. 17 times 7, is that 119? Let's check. 17 times 7. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 4 is 119. Yep, so it is times 7. That's right, so we figured out the rule. It is B times 7. B times 7. Alright, now we need to figure out what the question mark is. Alright, so let's do 14 times 7. 14 times 7. And by the way, you can use any number and just substitute B, just substitute that number by B, and then you're going to find what the bottom number is. Okay, so let's do it. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 2 is 98. 9 and then 98 is our answer. So we figured out the answer. It's 98. Now let's do the second question. The second question is a division expression because the top number is greater than the bottom number. So let's start off by doing 35 divided by 5 to see if that's to find the rule. So 35 divided by 5 is 7. So looks like our rule might be 30 top number by 7. So divided by 7. And by the way, this is a variable and it can be any letter. It doesn't matter. Okay? So 35 divided by 7 is 5. 63 divided by 7 is 9. So that's right. 112 divided by 16. Let's multiply 16 by 7 to see if that's true. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 4 is 11. So 112 is the answer. So it is divided by 7. Now we need to find, so that's our rule. So it's x divided by 7. And make sure you use whichever variable is on the top. Don't use b just because it was in the other problems. Alright? So now let's find this question mark. We need to do 84 divided by 7. Let's do it. 4 divided by 7. 7 goes into 8 once, and then you drop down the 1, and then 4. 14, so 7 goes into 14 twice with no remainder. That means our answer is 12. So 12 times 7 is 84. And let me write it over here too. Now let's do the third question. Alright, so we know that this is a division problem 2, expression 2, because the top number is greater than the bottom number. Now let's do it. 99 divided by 9 equals 11. So it looks like the top number divided by 11 will give us the bottom number. Let's check if that is true for all the other numbers in the table. So 121 divided by 11. We can just do 11 times 11 to see if it's 121. 11 times 1 is 11. 11 times 2 is 11. 11 times 1 is 11. 11 plus 1 is 120. It's 12, and our answer is 121. So this is right. This is right. Now let's try 66 and then 6. So 66 divided by 11 is 6. So this is right too. Our rule is A divided by 11. Now let's do 132 divided by 11 to find our answer. 11, so 11 goes into 13 once, and then we'll have 22 left. 11 goes into 22 twice with no remainder. So that means our answer is 12 for this question mark. Alright, now let's do this. Let's do the fourth question. The fourth question is a multiplication expression because the top number is less than the bottom number. So let's find what the rule is. We can do 24 divided by 2. Let's do that. 24 divided by 2. 2 goes into 2 once, and then we subtract. We have 0. We drop down to 4. And then 2 goes into 4 twice, and then we have no remainder. So it looks like our rule will be times 12. Let's see if that is true for all the other numbers. So I'm just going to erase this quickly. Now let's do 9 times 12. So I'm just going to do it this way. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. So 108. That is true. Let's try 7 times 12 to see if it's 84. So 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 1 is 7. Plus 1 is 84, or 8. And then our answer is indeed 84. So our rule is B times 12. Now we need to figure out what this is. So so we have to do 4 times 12. So 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 1 is 4. So our answer will be 48. Okay, so let me just erase this arrow mark and write down 48 over here. So that was all for this video, guys. Comment down below how many questions you got right from problem time. And thank you for watching. Like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to get notified on our new videos, hit the notifications bell.